and welcome to today's flower arranging video. Today we're going to do something really cool. We're going to make a nice little naturescape. In order to do this, I'm going to take some really unique flowers that are kind of bog garden looking. So we have these nice hosta leaves. They look almost like lily pads. We'll use them kind of in that way. Green tricks, which are really hardy. These nice purple liatris. Berzelia, which have these nice little balls on them. And scabiosa pods. You'll notice everything that I used either dries really well or is really hardy. The key with doing this kind of arrangement is there's not a lot of water for them to drink. So you either have to fill it up often or just use it for an event piece. Right now I started with this nice little oblong terrarium. I only have like a ½ inch of water in it right now to start out. So the first thing I'm going to do, very carefully, is take some nice little rocks. I'm going to start out our little scape. These rocks will keep all of our flowers from actually resting in the water and give them a place for their stems to fall. So we're just going to take these very gently so we don't break the glass. Just create a little kind of meadow, little rocks in a creek. However you kind of decide you want them. You use big ones, we use black rocks, brown. I have these nice white natural ones. And these serve two purposes. They hold the flowers up and they help go along with our theme. So I'm just kind of arranging them. You want it to look as uncontrived as possible. So, layer a couple rocks on each other, things like that. It'll also make your arrangement more unique. If certain flowers are a little higher, a little more realistic. There we go. So now, I'm going to start with my hosta leaves first. I want these to kind of take on the look of lily pads. I'm going to cut down the leaf entirely. And then I'm just going to place these back in here, making sure that the stem is getting a little bit of water. We're going to fill this up afterwards too, so don't be worried. There we go. And then we'll do another hosta leaf as well, right on top of it. It's also important to pick varietals that aren't going to be too big inside your little naturescape. Next we're going to do the liatris. And I feel like in little pond areas, there's always that purple or pink flower that just kind of naturally comes up. And the liatris is going to be that for us here. We're just going to do a couple on top of the lily pads. Sorry, I said lily pads, but they're actually hosta. And we'll do like a little group of 3 down here. Always make sure you have your stem in a little bit of water. We'll add more at the end. And I'm just stripping the leaves on here as well. There we go. And then we'll take the last 2, and they're going to hang out towards the back, down in the rocks a little more. And the rocks really do serve as a little canvas for us to work on. It allows you to kind of let this liatris bend over the rocks a little bit. Still be able to get water, but still to show their face. There we go. Now we'll move on to my favorite, the little green tricks. These are so long lasting, so they're perfect. I'm just going to cut the stem down to a nub. Cut off any leaves that you might have here. We're just going to make a little tuft of green trick. Actually, we'll only use one. Next, we're going to go to some berzelia. These have that natural, almost evergreen foliage to them. So they're the perfect little accent. I'm just going to place this right by my green tricks. A nice little grouping. Ooh, they do kind of shed a little bit, so you might want to take off the leaves first. Nice little group. Next, we'll pick our scab pods. Put one right next to the berzelia. And I love grouping these little things. They almost look like little colonies that just pop up. So these are all going to be grouped together as well. There we go. Now we have a nice little kind of bog feature. We'll add a little bit more water so some of our stems who weren't getting water are. There we go. Perfect. So we'll give you a little aerial shot of this so you can see what it looks like afterwards. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us.